In the dying years of the Old West, there were men the desert refused to bury. Silas Crowe was one of them. He rode into Black Hollow at sunset, dust clinging to his coat like ashes from a past fire. The town hadn't changed. Same crooked buildings, same broken church bell, same silence that warned strangers to turn back. They recognized him, not by his face, but by the way he sat on a horse, like someone who had buried too many men. 10 years earlier, the Crowe gang ruled these lands with iron and lead. Then one night they were wiped out. Every man slaughtered. Every man! Except Silas. The bartender's hand trembled as he poured the whiskey. No one spoke his name, but everyone knew it. In Black Hollow, names had power, and his carried death with it. Silas drank slowly, eyes fixed on the cracked mirror behind the bar. He barely recognized the man staring back. That's when the church bell rang. Once, a sound that hadn't been heard in years. Silas stood up. He knew what it meant. Someone had come looking for him. And in the West, when the past finds you, it never comes alone. Silas Crowe stepped out of the saloon as the church bell's echo faded into the desert air. Night had fully claimed Black Hollow. Lanterns flickered weakly, as if afraid to be seen. No one followed him. No one ever did. The church stood at the edge of town, crooked and hollow, its doors hanging open like a mouth ready to confess sins it could never forgive. Silas walked slowly. Every step stirred memories he had buried with other men's names. Inside, the air smelled of dust, mold, and regret. At the altar, someone waited. A man seated calmly in the front pew, head resting on his knee, revolver visible but untouched. "Took you long enough," the man said. Silas recognized the voice before the face. Sheriff Elijah Moore. The lawman stood up, joints cracking like old wood. The badge on his chest looked tired, ashamed. "You rang the bell," Silas said. Moore nodded. "Only way to be sure you'd come." Silence swallowed the church. "They told me you were dead," Moore continued. "But men like you don't die easy." Silas's eyes hardened. "Men like you don't bury the truth easy either." Moore sighed. That night, it wasn't justice. It was business. The word hung heavy between them. "Someone paid for the Crowe gang to disappear," the sheriff said. "And they're about to make sure you finish the job." A floorboard creaked behind the altar. Silas's hand went to his gun. From the shadows, a third presence breathed. The bell rang once more, this time from inside the church, and Silas realized the past hadn't come alone. Silence took its place, thick, deliberate. Silas Crowe didn't turn around. He didn't need to. He could feel the weight of another soul behind him, pressing the air thin. Sheriff Moore shifted uneasily. "You shouldn't have come," he said to the darkness. A soft laugh answered from behind the altar. "Funny," the voice replied. "That's exactly why I did." A young man stepped into the lantern light. Barely more than a boy, thin, dust-covered. A rifle hung from his shoulder like it belonged there. His eyes never left Silas. "You don't recognize me," the boy said. Silas finally turned, slowly, carefully. "No," he said, "but I recognize that look." The boy's jaw tightened. "You killed my father." The words didn't come with anger. They came with certainty. Sheriff Moore inhaled sharply. "Son, you don't know what you're stepping into." "I know enough," the boy snapped. "The Crowe gang rode through our land. They left my father bleeding in the dirt." Silas closed his eyes for a brief moment. When he opened them, the past stared back. "What was his name?" The boy hesitated, just a second too long. "Doesn't matter," he said. "It does," Silas replied. "Dead men deserve names." The lantern flickered. Shadows danced across the church walls, like ghosts rehearsing their return. "You weren't paid to kill us," the boy continued. "You did it because you liked it." Silas stepped forward, leaving his gun untouched. "I was paid to survive," he said. "Liking it never entered the bargain." The rifle lifted. Sheriff Moore shouted, "Lower it!" The boy's finger tightened. Outside, horses screamed. Men shouted. Torches flared through the church windows. Moore whispered, broken, "They found you." Silas looked at the flames, licking the glass. "No," he said. "They found all of us." The first shot shattered the church door.